The preview time for the 5th at Sha Tin on Sunday, and it looks this way. 1200 metre class 4 it is, and Morado second up. His win was second up. Pleasant Endeavour blinkers off, the cheek pieces go back on. Get the Monies has had 5 trials prior to his first start. Happy Forever wears a tongue tie for the first time. Smiling Collector 5 trials. Starry Night 4 trials. They're both first starters. Happy Tango wears blinkers once again. And Salutation draws barrier number 1, Tom, and wears pacifiers for the first time.
And the speed in this race likely to be on the moderate side, with Happy Tango, who can maybe get forward here, pull with the blinkers back on from barrier 12. Smiling Collector, he led in his recent barrier trial. It was under a hold there. Another one that's got good gate speed, the other newcomer, the first starter by Vespa in Starry Night, the first Vespa to race here.
Yeah, so there's a little bit of a query with these 2 first starters in the race. Happy Tango, we know, is a horse that sort of from his wide draw won't have too much choice. Salutation, I thought, wouldn't get a bad run. Mike Static can get into a nice position as well.
We'll come to you first, Tom, in our first replay, because you're about to make a very strong case for this horse, Morado.
Yeah, keep an eye on him. He's back in the field here. He's basically last on turning in at the 400 metres. Now, he carried 129 last start. He's got 128 here. He had 11. He's got 9 this time round in terms of barrier draws, and he's trimmed up a little bit for this assignment. Wasn't well fancied when he won, Paul, but he's probably going to come up at a shorter price here off the back of what he did on this day.
Yeah, he doesn't really do much in the morning, so I think that's the reason why he saves it for race day. But you're right, he really caught the eye, finishing off strongly, so he's one of the main chances.
He is, and we move on back to Happy Valley, Paul, with Call Me Lou and My Ecstatic, who raced without a whole lot of luck. He's been around since and run down the track behind a packing treadmill. Yeah,
coming back to Sha Tin's probably a good thing here for My Ecstatic. Call Me Lou, look, you can deal me out of him. I haven't seen too much from him. Call Me Lou, but I put Mike Static in on a minor line.
He's been a bit of a disappointing horse, really, has Mike Static. 17 starts for just the 1 win, so you could make a little bit of a watery case on what he's done in the past, but he's been a tricky horse to catch.
Happy Forever, Tom. He jumps up in trip from his first start. He's also been back to the trials twice. He draws 6 for Ruin Meyer and Manfred Mann.
Yeah, well, you couldn't make a case for this horse's form on his 1 run, beaten 10 lengths on debut behind WizKid, but he's had 2 trials, 3rd and 2nd. The trial for 3rd here with Zach Purton on board, I thought was relatively good, so maybe he's one for a bigger price here, Paul.
Yeah, look, he was poor on race day. It's on his 1 start over 1,000. Does step up to 1,200, but I'd still like to see him do something on the track first.
And we finished this race with 2 first starters. The first of them is Golden Mission, who won that trial, has come out and won since too. This is Smiling Collector, who leads for home here. Paul, he actually leads all of the way. Trillion Win has the red sleeves to his outside. Yeah, look, so Smiling Collector, he's £1,093. He's had 5 trials. This is the best of his trials. I thought it was a nice trials by Turn Me Loose. Second of Turn Me Loose we've had up here. It was a nice enough trial. His grass trials were just okay, but this was definitely a good one.
Yeah, he was a New Zealand Bloodstock yearling purchase for $110,000. He trialled in New Zealand, had 1 trial there, and he did win it at Cambridge back in May of 2021.
And here's the trial, Tom, of Starry Night. He's had the 4 of them. He's won 3. 2 of those wins were up at Chung Fa. This one on the all-weather at Sha Tin.
And he trialled in New Zealand as well with the New Zealand Derby winning trainers Lance O'Sullivan and Andrew Scott. And he'd had 2 trials. One of them was for a win. I think he's trialled up quite strongly here. He's got some gate speed, Paul.
Yeah, he was just on the cusp for me. I thought it was a nice trial from him. 4 trials, 11.80. I thought Vincent might ride him, but nice trial from him.
And Daniel Moore takes the ride for David Hayes. Who are you with here, Paul?
I'm with the 3. I'm going to go with Pleasant Endeavour. I like the fact he's coming back to 1,200 metres for him. Look, he hasn't had much luck in his runs. Morado looks really good on the back of his last run, so he's going to be the hardest to beat. Mike Static won't be too far away. And Salutation, I thought, from barrier number 1 will get his opportunity. 3, 1, 2 and 12.
Settle here with Morado on top, horse number 1 off the back of that last start effort we saw a few moments ago. Starry Night makes it in My Static in 6th generation. He made some ground last start. He didn't have a lot of luck over the final stages, but was only beaten 1 1/4 behind Pin's Prince. So 1, 8, 2 and 6.
There you have it. Preview for the 5th at Sha Tin on Sunday, the first leg of 6 Up.